this is jumping jacks.
Ireland, we'd say jumping jack.
Tick, tick.
Tick, check.
No. Chuck the chalk like on the Barbie.
Chuck the chuck!
Hello. Hi, I'm Christina from the US.
Hi, I'm Lauren from the UK.
Hi, I'm Eimear from Ireland.
Hi, I'm Rory from Australia.
I'm Dylan from New Zealand.
We already know that we use different words. We may use similar words, I think, because we're close, and then maybe you two will use similar words.
I feel like we'll use more similar words to the UK than we might to the US. But also, Australians shorten everything.
You have your own word for everything, so.
In the US, toilet.
In the UK, loo or toilet.
In Ireland, toilet.
In Australia, toilet.
Not dunny?
You gotta say dunny.
No, the dunny is like outside, like an outside toilet. You might call that a dunny, but that toilet.
New Zealand, toilet.
What I call the actual thing the loo, it's more like the loo is the room, but then this is also the loo. I don't know. Loo?
Sometimes we say loo. Like if someone said the loo, we know
The
it's like
loo.
that
Going to the
place.
Yeah, you're going to the loo.
Am I going to the loo? I don't know.
In the US, this is a chicken.
In the UK, this is also a chicken.
In Ireland, it's also a chicken.
In Australia, it's a chicken.
In New Zealand, it is a chicken.
You could refer to it as a chook, but you would call it a chicken. But if you were going to have like a roast chicken, you could call it a roast chook.
So once it's been cooked.
It's still the chicken. But maybe you call it a chook. Most people would say they're going to eat chicken, but you could say chuck the chook like on the Barbie.
Chuck the chook!
Oh, that is the most Australian sentence I've heard.
Chuck the chook on the Barbie.
So in the US is a hurricane.
In the UK, we would say hurricane.
In Ireland, hurricane.
In Australia, you'd probably say cyclone, but you would know what a hurricane is.
Yeah, in New Zealand, we would say cyclone, but we don't have any, so.
Yeah, us too. I think like cyclone is also used commonly, but like in the news, which would be where we would see would be like hurricane.
If someone said cyclone, I'd know what it is.
Right.
In the US, cash register.
In the UK, till.
In Ireland, it's the till.
In Australia, it's the till.
And in New Zealand, it's the till.
Oh, sorry, Christina.
I see. Till?
Cash register is so long.
It's like a tongue twister too. Cash register. Till is so much easier to say though.
I feel like in Ireland, I've heard register sometimes.
I think like you hear it in like Seinfeld and stuff, so you just know like what it is.
We know what it is.
Till, never. I never hear till, but it's so much easier to say. In the US, normally people would say fall.
In the UK, we would say autumn.
In Ireland, it's autumn.
In Australia, it's autumn.
And New Zealand, it's autumn.
But autumn too, but I think typically fall is much more commonly used. But we definitely know autumn. Always like fall festival, yeah, it would be fall. In the US, it's a check.
In the UK, it is a tick.
Ireland, it's a tick.
In Australia, that's a tick.
In New Zealand, that's a tick.
Whoa! Yeah, hearing tick, we would be like, a tick, like you know the bug. It's like a tick.
It's a sound you make, like tick, tick.
Tick, tick, check. No, it doesn't work. Okay. So in the US, vacation house.
In the UK, this would be a holiday home.
In Ireland, it'd be a holiday home.
In Australia, it would be a holiday house.
In New Zealand, this would be a batch.
And batches specifically for like holidays.
It's like your house you go to on holiday.
And where do people usually have their batches?
Usually on the beach. Like on the beach or in, nearby the beach.
Somewhere relaxing.
Nice.
I have absolutely no idea why it's called a batch.
So random.
So in the US, convenience store.
In the UK, we would say corner shop.
In Ireland, it's also a corner shop.
In Australia, you'd probably say convenience store, but you might, if you were older, call it a milk bar.
Sell milk there, right?
I guess that's probably where it came from. I know my granddad would have called something like that a milk bar.
Well, in New Zealand, we call it a dairy.
Just dairy.
Dairy.
Same logic, I guess. Like
Milk. They sell milk.
And ours are on the corners usually, or they used to be, so that's why we call them corner shops.
So in the US, this would be a stroller.
In the UK, this would be a pram.
In Ireland, pram or a buggy. Yeah, I think buggies are more the ones where they're facing forward though. Instead of, I think a pram would be the
Being
one.
a father here, like now you can switch them around, no problem.
Oh wow, you can do both buggy and pramming.
Wow, there you go.
In Australia, you call that a pram.
Yeah, in New Zealand you'd call that a pram.
Nice.
In the US, this is jumping jacks.
In the UK, this is a star jump.
In Ireland, we'd say jumping jacks.
In Australia, we'd call that a star jump.
And in New Zealand we'd call that a star jump.
Okay.
Who's Jack?
Yeah, who is Jack?
Why jumping Jack?
You know, he just had a thing where he would do these kind of jumps and they just called up.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a jumping jack. No, I don't know. I don't know the history. Isn't Jack like a...
The game.
The games, they do kind of look like those jacks. So.
Yeah, I think that's why. In the US, police.
In the UK, police.
In Ireland, it's Garda.
Garda.
That is an Irish word. We don't have an English word. I mean, you could call it a policeman or police officer, but we call them Garda or the Gardaí.
Gardaí.
The Gardaí.
Oh, I like that Gardaí.
The Gardaí.
In Australia, that's a police officer.
Yeah, in New Zealand that's the police.
The police.
The police.
The police.
When there's an article, you know you got to serious.
So yeah, the same in the US. The police. It was fun. I like the Gardaí. That was different for me.
I think it was funny, it was just like you by yourself and then we all said the same kind of words, which I didn't expect actually, that they would have some similar words with you. But
It's the US doing our own thing again.
I thought it was interesting, like all of us were the same, except that one where we had jumping jacks.
yeah.
I was like, I thought like it would all be the same, like, you know, or something, but yeah. And then of course the Gardaí and Batch actually. Batch was a good one.
From you, right?
Honestly, I think, yeah, the same. I was surprised by how many the US was just completely on its own vibe. But then again, now that I think about it, like I've heard those words, so I know what they mean.
Yeah.
But then when I heard batch and God, like, what?
Same. Same. Batch. Never.
Yeah, I think like for New Zealanders when we travel abroad, like a lot of times there's words that we use that people have no idea.
Batch, I would be like, oh, batch of bread.
Batch of what?
It was good learning like to see how we have similarities and how we're different, you know.
So today we compared some word differences.
If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.